What's up? It's your boy Fist, bringing you an informative assessment of Call of Duty Black Ops in the gaming community today. Tomorrow, I'll post a link below. I will be having a podcast, hopefully. El President will be there, myself, NASA, J-Easy, and you can call in to the podcast. We always have a phone number so you can call in live. Have your questions, so make sure you show up for that. I'm going to try to touch base on the assessment of the game as it is today. Now, back, I think it was a month ago, I've already done this little thing. The video that you're watching now, I'll regurgitate it. I'll let you watch it and let you think what you want to think. You might know, but you really don't know. Most of it is informative, but the rest of it, it's an assessment. A little bit of it's informative, but most of it's an assessment. And I posed a question as a statement on Twitter to Vaughn. Who is the director of the multiplayer gameplay on Call of Duty Black Ops from Treyarch? Now, I had said to this statement, this is basically what I said. I said, Ground War sucks. And he says, well, why? And I said, well, I don't have time to Twitter 50 messages in a little dinky paraphrase as to why I feel that way. So I had to tell you in a video. Now, there's one important thing to note here. The only bad thing that was wrong with Black Ops in the beginning of the game was second chance, last stand, martyrdom, 3 times grenade. Those are things that should never be in a Call of Duty game. You should not reward people for progression, for militarily gaining territory and moving forward. That is part of the reward system of playing the game. When you present a block of ice and it's a perfect piece of art that you've carved out and it's Call of Duty, then you start chiseling away at that beautiful piece of art, making it which you think is better, and it is not. You're destroying the mere fabric of what made your community what it is today. Now, what is this? Things that are chiseling away at this game. And half of the time, these people that make these suggestions on these games don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's amazing to me, and I'm going to try to touch. I really can't talk about it as much as I'm going to talk about it in the podcast. It's just devastating. I just want to cover this mini assessment. This is mostly a response to Vaughn, and I'm going to cover a lot more in the podcast. But the game is one-dimensional. All the equipment in the game is geared towards camping. Sensors, jammers, claymores. None of it's... The game has been whittled down to camping. And the problem being is that's not a fun game, especially when you make the maps more vertically and horizontally challenged, meaning that they're larger than they ever were. The problem arises is it's not the fact that people camp in this game. It's not the fact that people use sensors. It's not the fact that people use ghosts and claymores. That's not the problem. The problem is it's one-dimensional. That means if, and this is what is going to kill Call of Duty Black Ops. This is what's going to kill the name of Treyarch if they don't comprehend what this means. Literally, this is the problem, and I'm going to tell you right now. The reason why the game's one-dimensional is the perks. If you combo the perks with the equipment, it forces the game into a one-dimensional style of gameplay. There's no use for lightweight. There's no use for flak jacket. There's no use for anything other than ghost, hacker, and sensor. And you can pick whatever you want for your second perk, it doesn't matter. So, the point being is that Treyarch has painted themselves and this game into a corner. Meaning that if you're a rusher, and this is what gets me about the people who cry about the AK-74U. If you rush with the AK-74U and a person's using ghost, hacker, and sensor and sleight of hand, if you're rushing, that means you're going to have lightweight. Or if you even if you didn't have lightweight, I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you flak jacket and marathon, because SMG players are going to rush around the map. I don't know SMG players that camp in corners. You know, SMG characters or the whole class itself to balance out the game. In order to create some balance, the rushers counteract campers. But it's so incredibly unbalanced with the equipment that comes comboed up with the perks for campers. It's insane that you are now forced. You cannot rush. I'll even give you the benefit of doubt. I'll give you Ghost and Marathon and an SMG. And you're still, if a camper's camping with a sensor, they can still see you coming a mile away. I'll even give you the benefit of doubt again. I'll give you Harden. Not Harden, but to get a 3 kill streak for UAV blocker. You still have to kill 3 people in order to block somebody if you're a rusher that you can't see with a sensor because you don't have hacker because you're using marathon. I'll give you flak jacket. You rush, you'll still rush in and get killed because the sensor will see you before that. There's nothing there. I mean, there is something, like I said, the UAV can counter the sensor, and the jammer with hacker and ghost can counter it. But you see the dilemma there. The dilemma is that combination is so overpowered that it makes the game one-dimensional. I could tell you right now, if you're watching this video, if you run Ghost, Silence Galil, Sleight of Hand, Hacker Sensor, and your team was running that, the other team wouldn't even be able to get close to you and kill you. Because first of all, they wouldn't even have the sense enough to have that particular setup in their arsenal to play you. So can you imagine if the community were all to play like that? It doesn't matter if you use an AK-74U with a grip. I see you coming a mile away. As soon as you come around the corner, I'm going to blast you. What does it matter to me? I'm camping. You can't see me. You call on UAV. In a smart camper, if that has sensor, ghost, and hacker, he can run the second perk. I don't know if it's the second perk gives you 1 less kill for a streak. I could use counter UAV and hold it. Let's say he got somebody good on the other team. They call in SR-71. The whole team can use spy plane, counter UAV, and SR-71 with the sensors, hackers. This is the most annoying. I'm gonna give you the most annoying how to ruin Black Ops. I'm gonna tell you how to ruin. I'm gonna force the hand of Treyarch to change the game. It's not about the weapons. It's about the combinations with the sensor. There's not more than one counter for it. It's one-dimensional. So I'm posting this out to the community out there that if your whole team ran UAV, UAV blocker, and SR-71, Ghost, Sleight of Hand, and Sensor with Hacker, the other team will forfeit the game. I will guarantee it. Every time your team will not lose a game. Will not lose a game. The sad part about it is the rest of everything else in that game is useless. Oh, so what? You kill me, you get me out of my little camping spot. But look, how many times did I kill you before you got me out of my situation? Now I can't rush anymore. What the hell good is the SR? What good is the AK-74U with rapid fire? Half of these people on YouTube don't know what the hell they're talking about. Don't know the game. They don't know the game. Now in this video that I'm showing you how to counter certain things. You're forced into a one-dimensional gameplay, and that is and here's the thing. This is even worse because I can't rush you. I don't have marathon lightweight. I can't get to you in time. If I killed the camper and advanced into their spawn in ground war, then I get killed by more of their team. Now it takes me that much more to come back with the same kit. I can't run there because I don't have marathon or lightweight. Because if I do, I know they're going to be running sensors. I'm dead. So I have to run hacker and ghost to get over there. And it's going to take me twice as long because the maps are bigger than they ever been in every other game type ever made by any Call of Duty franchise, and more vertical too. So that's it. The game is done. The game is done. That's my answer to that. So if you're having problems with sensors, just watch the video. That's how you combat it. If you listen to the first part about it and you want to ruin Black Ops, play like that and you will destroy the game itself. You will force the hand of Treyarch and Black Ops to change it. It's not about the AK-74U. The fucking MPL with rapid fire is way better than the AK-74U. I'll class that gun every day. The Mac 11's better. I mean, it's turning into a slow grinding. It's almost as disgusting as playing Rainbow Six Vegas. Do you even see that game around anymore? That's the direction that these crybabies are pushing the game into. You know, there was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with the game. The sound was fine. Now, what's even worse is that you raised up the volume of sound in the game. So not only does this person have the ability to wear headphones and hear you come, I can't use Ninja. There's no point of using Ninja now. You turned up the sound in the game. The guy can hear me a mile away. He's got the sensor on. He knows if it's not his teammate, if he doesn't have sensors on, he can hear me. I mean, it's like a double negative. Even if I do lay down jammer and he hears footsteps and he didn't see any of his teammates' arrows before that point when I entered the room, I would be killed. There is so much adversity going against this particular setup. Even the counter for this one-dimensional style of gameplay on Black Ops is at a disadvantage. That's why Black Ops, by this summer, will be it'll be infested. And it's too bad I couldn't post this video in November, but I was moving, and I had made this video earlier with Apex. I knew this was coming. I told NASA this. There's no counter for it, and I told myself before well, there is a counter. There's one, but it changes the game into the way that you can't use any other perks. It's over. So, and I feel really bad for the people who play like 6v6, 3v3. I mean, I can imagine how bad it is in games like that. Can you imagine playing like in Villa 6v6 team deathmatch and these people are just camping with sensors? Not only they could hear you a mile away, there's no sound in the game like a train in WMD. I mean, if you've seen the one video that I that one part where I came up, I laid down the jammer and the train sound muffed my feet because they turned up the volume in the game. And that's another thing. And these other idiot YouTube commentators talking about, oh my god, the sound in the game, it's so distracting. The point is that's to coordinate your attacks for this unfair advantage in this game. It's so horrible. So that's my answer. I mean, the game's one-dimensional now. I mean, when you really... I mean, if everybody were to play this way, it would be like the Ebola virus. It would spread through the game and destroy it. Just use that setup that I mentioned. The game's done. It's a wrap. You know, I don't know how they're going to fix it, but it's a done deal. I mean, that's all you have to do. All right, it's your boy Fist. Hope to see you guys at the podcast tomorrow. I want to talk about the community, how it's just disgusting. Some of these YouTubers, most of them I don't like. They're fake as fuck, and I'm going to expose them all. Be there tomorrow. I'll press it or myself, J-Easy. Podcast below. It'll be on my Justin TV. It's in my main page. On my main page, F2ST DACUFS Justin TV. Be there tomorrow. I'll post the time in a video before we have the date. Till next time, it's your boy Fist, keeping it real.